What up, YouTube? Just doing a quick review here on another laptop. I was recently on a trip back where I used to live in Oklahoma and was scouring Marketplace and Craigslist and picked up a couple laptops that I brought home. One was the Asus Zephyrus G14 I just did a review on, and this was the other one I picked up. This is the ceramic white HP Omen 16.1. This is a Intel based machine, which is kind of sort of nice for me because I do have a Thunderbolt dock that I use for work that connects to like my keyboard and my my monitor and all my stuff, so it's kind of nice to be able to use this. This does have Thunderbolt 4 as well as the PCIe Gen 4 SSD. So this to me, my brother has the Lenovo Legion 7i, and this is like the, I guess you could say, a comparison to that, but they're completely, he waited 2.5 months to get his. It's almost identical in spec with the 32 gigs of RAM, the 11th Gen i7, the 3070, and then the 2K 165 hertz G-Sync screen. This is obviously a little bit cheaper model, similar in price, but like I've seen these recently on sale for around $13.99 at Best Buy, and the Legion's over $2,000, and they're never on sale. They're almost impossible to find. So, but this is like a very obtainable, easy, alternative. And honestly, I've been really happy with this machine. I love the aesthetic. I love the white laptops. But when we open it here in a second, you'll see the inside's not white. So like where you rest your hand is not white. So it's gonna get all like stained from like, grimy gaming hands. But it's so far been a really good performing laptop. I love the screen. I think it's a good compromise. I really prefer a 17-inch display when I game, by far, which is why I bought a 17-inch external Asus ROG monitor, just simply because, if I have a smaller screen, I really like to be able to plug in and have that 240 hertz G-Sync. But anyways, this is a pretty thin laptop for a high performance gaming computer. Lots of really good I/O here. Get a better grip here, but you can see here we have the charger on the left. We have an Ethernet port, a USB, regular USB. We have a mini display port, which is pretty cool. We have a HDMI, and then right there we have our Thunderbolt port. We have a headphone jack, and we have a full-size SD card. On the back here, it's just straight vents, so I personally do prefer when all the I/O's on the back. I don't really like it on the side. That's probably my biggest gripe with this. On this side, we just have some vents and 2 more USB ports. And then on the bottom here, tons and tons of ventilation. You can see there's a big fan right there. There's a big fan right there. And I actually upgraded this to 32 gigs of RAM, so I had the back off, and there's a huge array of heat pipes in here. Really does well with cooling. Alright, now opening. One big thing I did notice is you can do one hand opening with this, but this screen's got a pretty good wobble to it. So that's one thing I'm not super duper fond of. But I guess it's one trade-off. Let me sign in here really quick. Okay, there we go. Hopefully my camera's picking it up pretty good, but especially compared to the G14, this is a very bright, vibrant, really nice screen on this machine. I love the keyboard. This has like a per key RGB. Don't mind all the grime on it. This is what I use pretty much every day. I do game a lot on this machine, so to be expected. It does clean off really easily. It's got this 165 hertz sticker, the i7 RTX, and then it has this X16 extreme performance kind of put into the plastic. And then I don't know if these are vents or speaker grills or whatever, but the speakers are decent. It has like a Bang & Olufsen speaker system. Nice big trackpad. One of my favorite trackpads on a laptop, honestly. The real star of the show for this is, well, for me at least, is the screen. This is a 300 nit, so it's not like the 500 on the Legion, obviously, but to me it's very bright and vibrant. Provides a really good experience. For me at least, I play Halo 3, I play Fortnite, I play Modern Warfare, I play, you know, a lot of those types of games, and this screen is really nice and big and bright. It is a 2560 by 1440. It's a 16 by 9 aspect ratio, whereas the Legion's 16 by 10. It is 2560 by 1440. It's 165 hertz, and it has G-Sync. So it has pretty much, you know, every gaming feature, you know, you'd really want. So that I do really like about this machine. I do wish it had an extra USB Type-C. One of my gaming mice has a USB-C dongle or Bluetooth, and if I'm using my external monitor or something plugged in, I can only use one or the other, so that's kind of unfortunate, but you know, same deal, trade-offs. It has this cool HP like omen button that you press, and it'll open the omen center where you can do all the tweaking, and you can change the power and the keyboard lighting and all that sort of stuff. This has the i7 11th gen 11800H. Really great processor. I can't honestly tell you like what it turbos in, because every time I use CPU ID hardware monitor, it tells me it's like turboing at like 6 gigahertz, which clearly is not accurate. I've tried uninstalling it, installing an older version. No real luck, so I don't really know what it's turboing to, but it's really fast. This does have the full performance RTX 3070. I know there's higher wattage ones out there. This has 115 watt 3070, it's a good, I think, power for this machine, as you know, it doesn't run excruciatingly hot, and it gives me really great frames per second. So I'm really impressed with the 3070 in this, especially compared to my Alienware M15 R5 that I had, which I think was 130 watt, but it did not perform as good as this machine, I think due to cooling. The Ryzen 9 in that thing would just cook at 100 degrees and then downclock itself, so maybe that could have been the bottleneck, I'm not sure. But this has a 230 watt power brick. It's also smaller than the one in my Alienware. I don't have it on hand right now, but just from using it, I know it's, you know, quite a bit smaller and thinner than the one from my Alienware. But I like the aesthetic. I picked this up for $1,200 used, which you can definitely find these in the $1,200 range, you know, in the secondhand market. Came in the original box. It came with an extended warranty. I got transferred over, and it was in perfect condition. I think, you know, it still is. I mean, this, like I said, kind of hand sweat, you know, comes right off. There's a couple of scuffs, so I shipped it back home rather than traveling with it. There's a couple white marks on here from it being inside the box, but this white, it just kind of came right off. It's got this kind of cool like metallic-y logo on the top here. But overall, like I said, it is made of plastic, but it definitely feels high quality. You know, like I said, for gaming, I'm going to edit this video on it, and I've had no issues with that. For temps, CPU is going to run upper 90s, mid to upper 90s, but does not downclock itself. It does not bottleneck or thermal throttle, whatever. So that I've been okay with. GPU is like 70 degrees. Fans, if you turn them up all the way, it sounds like a hairdryer. But I just use the stock fan curve and it's fine, and 90% of the time I don't wear a headset, so it's nothing that really drives me crazy or interferes with, you know, my gaming experience or, you know, my game audio, anything like that. Other than that, like I said, really good, you know, high spec machine. I didn't upgrade the RAM for any reason other than the fact that I had 32 gigs of RAM on hand. 16 gigs for me, for what I do, is perfectly fine, but I had it from a previous machine that I sold, and I kind of downgraded the RAM when I sold it. So I had that on hand. But other than that, guys, there's really not much else for me to say. Definitely a big recommendation if this is one of your choices. But other than that, if you have any questions, drop them down below and I'll get, you know, responded to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching and have a great day.